Namaste YouTube, welcome to Cafe Enoma and welcome to our reaction to the book. We are going to react to the song The Lemon of Pink Part 1 and it's a request by our patron Bill A. This is our first time single take honest reaction to this song. This is the first time that we are going to listen to the books. So we have no background knowledge of this artist or the group or the band. This will be as honest and as open reaction as always is on our channel. We pride ourselves on giving honest reactions, open to all kinds of music that is coming our way. We are willing to listen to, analyze it, appreciate it if we connect with it completely 100% all the time. This is what we do here on Enoma. We both are from Mumbai, India, making reactions to the music. Mostly, in most cases, they are from the West and requested by our patrons or long-term subscribers. What we do during our reaction is first listen to the music carefully, understand what the song may be about, how we like the instruments, how we like the vocals, and then give you our assessment in simple words. Yes. Shall we get started?
Okay.
The lemon of pink, flowing velvet. The lemon
Goedenavond.
of pink. Subtle details.
toy, a roof little boys was always smoke as sunset, was always smoke as sunset. We went through hell, we went through hell. All's well that ends well, 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 well.
Sometimes I feel
Okay. I'm assuming it ended abruptly because part 2 would start immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. It's really interesting music. I liked some elements of it. It was kind of experimental. At least that's what it sounded like to me. They tried to put in a bit of few genres, few kind of 10, 12 instruments maybe that I heard over there. So a little bit of everything was tried in here. And I like the vocalist's voice. The female vocalist, she has a very good voice. Refreshing, you know. I mean, it's kind of like a narration of a fairy tale. If it had those elements as well. But the way she was singing, it was like as if somebody is narrating a fairy tale to you before you go to sleep as an adult. So that was how it sounded. This was very well crafted, experimental. It had its few moments where I got into it, and then as soon as I was getting into it, it went into another direction. So this was that kind of a song, that kind of a treat in store for us. That's what I got out of it anyway. I like that guitar-like instrument. I'm assuming it's a banjo that was played for some part of the song. There was a banjo. There were other things in there too, and maybe there's a whole big story that we don't know about, apart from what was narrated, bits and pieces. There was also soft voices in the background, here and there. I liked it. It felt relaxing. It felt soothing. The moment I felt a bit sleepy, it woke me up by taking me in a new direction. It's like a dream, you know. I wake up in the night to go to the loo, visit the toilet, and when I come back, I go to sleep. Again, I have a new dream. So there was one dream when I woke up the first time, which most times it abruptly ends and I've woken up. Then again I go back to sleep. It's a new dream. Then again I wake up early hours of morning or morning time. I wake up. That time I usually meditate for a while. Then I go back to sleep. Again a new dream after that. So this was that kind of an experiment for me. Maybe it was meant to be this way. Different things patched into one song. Maybe the whole album is like that. And if it is, I would like to listen to it because it's really interesting. I like this kind of experimental music and narration. I wouldn't call it singing. I would call it narration, what she did. Let's hear what Kirti has to say about this song.
Now for me it was mixed feelings. I found it good at points. It was sometimes funny at the same time, and sometimes it didn't make sense to me. It was a bit illogical as well. So I'm not sure if only this piece I would pick and listen to again and again. Unless it has the whole story. This is supposed to be part 1, part 2, part 3. I don't know how many parts are there. If all of them put together make sense, because the first one I can assume that it is just building up to something else, but it was just the build up that we were listening to, nothing more than the build up. I liked the voice. Her quality of her voice is good, and she has a way of presenting it too, which is unique and different. I would say different. So she has a different voice to play around with it. She was playing with it during the song as well, and a lot of sounds that were created. I'm not sure what were they actually using instruments for all that, or they were samples of sounds that were played for the song. There was at one point, I don't know what exactly was happening, whether it was plastic bag or something falling together and lifting up or something like that, but it was all together. Something that was funny for me. It was more exciting to listen to that sound. And then I liked the guitar, the way the guitar was played off and on. It was coming and going. I was always looking forward to it. I liked that sound. It was very nourishing, I would say. Very nice tune, and the sound, very clear sound of the guitar. I'm sure they were up to something, but this is just the first part, and didn't get to hear where exactly this was heading. It did, it does seem experimental. They are doing something with it. There were other male voices that were talking, chit-chatting in the background. I also felt azan started at some point, Allahu Akbar. But only that much, and then after that it moved on to something else. So it was showing glimpse of things. The lemon of pink. So it doesn't make sense to me at the moment by the books. So the chapter 1 is supposed to be the lemon of pink. This is what it was. It doesn't make complete sense. Yeah, but there were some exciting parts in the song and some that didn't really make sense. That's how it is. We are honest reactors, and this is what we can tell you on the first listen. Am I sold by this request? Not yet, of the books. I must listen some more things to know what they are capable of or what all they can make.
I've been a voracious book reader for half of my life. I won't say all my life. So I have read a lot of books, maybe 4,000. I remember 4,000 titles totally. I've managed to collect of books that I have read. I may have not completed all of them, but I did read a lot of books. And as I grew up, of course, I learned about videos, I learned about audiobooks. So then I started listening to a lot of audiobooks and watching a lot of videos, documentaries. So it was interesting. So yeah, from a book reader's point of view, I would say maybe they had something in mind for those book readers, that they wanted to get the narration of stories, add music in the background, and bring it to the people who like that kind of music. So I'm sure this fits into that kind of genre. Maybe there is a genre like that. There probably is, in fact, not maybe, but I don't know what it's called. But there must be a genre where there's literature brought to music. So maybe this is a glimpse of what it might sound like. But as Kirti said, I will agree with her that it's bits and pieces here and there, different things put together. So maybe if the whole chapter, we have just heard one chapter. If the whole thing makes sense, if it is many chapters, then yeah, definitely I'll connect with it more. But I like the experimental approach. It's positive, it's refreshing, and especially when we listen to a lot of music in more or less the same 3-4 genres. When you hear music which is of a slightly different genre, it's a breather. And I like that. As a music lover, I am completely open. That's the reason we are here. We are completely open to listening to music of any genre, any part of the world, any language, any instrument. If it's just an instrumental and one instrument, oh, that's fine. So, in fact, we have reacted to songs like that too in the past. So, it's not that we only want one thing. Give us a variety and we are game for it. And that variety is part and fabric of the culture that we are brought up in. I'll give you a small example of that, the thali. We have a wonderful dish called the thali. Different parts of India, you have a different thali. Now, thali is basically, in English, it's a plate. It's a plate of food. So when you have a thali, when you go to different states, the variety of cuisine on the thali changes. What happens is people in India, most people, not that everyone is that way, most people don't like only one thing. So it's very different essentially from many parts of the world where people are completely into one thing. One genre of movies, one genre of music, one genre of kind of TV shows, one genre of everything. But in India, it's very different. In most parts, you'll have people who love variety. And that can be seen in our clothing, in our dress, in our food, in our celebrations. We don't hold back. We are open to everything. Of course, with that, obviously, there'll be people who disagree with this openness, even in our country. So you'll have a chunk of the population who's quite different from us. And that's the same everywhere in the world. The fact is, on the thali, you'll get 10, 15, 20, 30 items, taste of different things. You'll have a salad, you'll have an appetizer or two, you'll have the main course, varieties in the main course. If you're vegetarian, there'll be variety of vegetable concoctions served to you. If you're a non-vegetarian, you'll have fish, you'll have meat, you'll have chicken, you'll have other meats. Whatever is available or whatever is okay in that part of the world to eat, that part of the country. So you'll have a variety. Then you'll have sweets, sweets. And two of the foremost sweets I must mention, just to give you a taste of it. Not that you can eat it, but to give you how it tastes and looks. So one of them is a gulab jamun.
Yeah.
Now the gulab jamun is served hot. It's freshly made at most times. When you go to thali places, it's made fresh. And even at home. So freshly made gulab jamun, it's very hot. It's very brown, dark brown on the outside and crispy even. And inside it's soft and juicy. It's creamy, soft and juicy on the inside. And that cream is a sugar syrup essentially. That it's cooked in, dipped in after being fried, deep fried. So this hot gulab jamun with some nuts in it, small hole, and it's filled with nuts in the center sometimes. Sometimes you have cardamom, sometimes you have cashews, plums. So depending where you go again, what's easily available there, they add that in. So the gulab jamun, the hot gulab jamun comes on your thali after you had a full meal. And you take, run your spoon through it, the hot gulab jamun. A little bit of steam comes out because it's so hot. You'll see the white creamy inside and the dark chocolatey outside. And then you take it in your mouth, that scoop, that little piece, and it just melts in your mouth. You get a taste of the crispy exterior. You get a taste of the white creamy interior. You get a taste of the sugar syrup. You get a taste of the essential ingredient which is called mawa. So the rich taste of the mawa, you can chew it, you can let it rest in your mouth for a while, savor it, and then swallow it. So that is gulab jamun. So there are varieties with that. So we are used to those varieties. That's it for this one. Goodbye. Took more time to explain it than I thought I would. So we love music and we are open to this kind of music. So even though it doesn't connect with us and it didn't connect with Kirti so much, certain parts, I'm game. Such music I definitely like. Yes, of course, if we heard it too much of it, it would be a different story. Yeah. Maybe too much of it, I would not like, in a day, listen to too much of it unless it's a book festival or something. Literary festival, I won't like it that much.